Hello, everyone, and good evening, good afternoon, wherever you might be. Hope you're having a pleasant Saturday. I am Gary Godsoe. Welcome to Velocity Online Racing's coverage of Championship Saturday in round 10 of season 13 of the VOR Signature Series, the IndyCar Championship, as we come to you today for the final time this season from Aero Speedway. We have a champion already. And before we can crown the champion and get to the offseason, we got 500 miles in front of us, and we are at California Speedway for the VOR California 500. Joining me in the booth just in a little bit will be three-time winner in the VOR Series, Luis Gonzalez Nunez. We'll have two Luis Nunez, one in the race, one in the booth, if everything works out here in a little bit. But I will be running the show solo for... until then, and we are just getting done with qualifications here at the former 2 Mile Super Speedway in Fontana, at the base of the mountains here in SoCal. We are getting ready to line up on pit road. And let's get in today's starting lineup for the final race of Season 13. And there you see the boss man is on the pole. Julian Altena, speed of 220.4. Right next to him, Matty Wagner, 220.3. Murph also in a 220.3. Liam O'Sullivan, the now champion of the iconic series, 220.2. Gary Lovern, who family is sponsor of this series. We thank them once again for being such a big, important part of this season. 220.2, row 3. Strauss also a 220.2. Greg Forsyth in a bit of a new-looking car today. We'll take a look at that later. If you notice the pink car in the center of your screen, that is him. Seb Kinder on the outside of row 4. Dan Inch and Pedro Blybell is back. Good to have him there. We haven't seen him in a while. They are both on row 5. Tessera and Coker, Christensen and Silvazzi in row 6 and 7. Santos and Gallus, row 8. Bennyworth and Bart in row 9. Tim Bree and Jesper Orman back in row 10. And Luis Nunez with the no-qual penalty from an earlier incident at some races prior to this. And Mason Mitchum back on row 11. 22 cars in the lineup for tonight. Last race of the season, 250 laps here tonight. 500 miles, a second 500-mile race of the season. And we are lining up to go racing as the field gets into their rows of 2. Pace car is off. Field is the control of Julian and Wags. Here we go. Car blinking out already. That's Murph. Green flag in the air, and we're underway here in Fontana at Aero Speedway for the VOR California 500. Ready out 3 wide down the backstretch. Liam's going to go send it to the inside. He's not going to wait. Hugo and Bennyworth ripping the top there in 1 and 2. There is that pink car, Forsyth, dipping to the inside. Right behind him is Pedro Blibel. Wags to the inside of Julian, who got back the lead. Liam's been shuffled back to 4th. Bart with the purple lap that time by 2:18.2. Pedro again up at the very top. Wags running the bottom now, getting another lap led there. He's your leader. Liam O'Sullivan shooting to the front. Jesper Orman, purple lap that time by 2:18.8. Your biggest gainer of the day is Silvazzi, up 4 spots to 10th. Sorry for the silence. It's just me working the booth right now. Lewis is on his way, and that's who kind of I'm looking for right now. Have to do some adminning here. Lucas Santos, Hugo Gala is a battle for position a little bit further on back. And Luz will be with us momentarily. Bit of a weekend here trying to find substitute commentators. If anyone's interested in a commentary career that doesn't pay at all, hit me up. But meanwhile, here we go. We're 9 laps into this thing already. It's Wagner, O'Sullivan, Murphy, Lovern, and Strauss. Kinder, Forsyth, Silvazzi, Pedro, Coker. They are your top 10. Julian is back to 19th. He has fallen down the order. Not sure exactly what happened, but he is back there with Jesper, Bart, Luis Nunez. Well, some big swingers have gone to the back of the pack. And no, there is no Leaner energy on the racetrack, Rafi. Should have been here. I don't want to get Julian's car on the camera too long. People don't like that for some reason. So we will get back up to Wagner. And there's a battle a little bit further back. We got Pedro on the inside of Salvazzi. Lucas Santos sets a purple lap. Pedro's going to go 3 wide there for a moment. Santos a 2:19.4. Santos currently in 11th position, deep in that train, that draft train. Pedro has 1 career win in the VOR IndyCar Championship. Christensen, 220.4. Murph to the inside of O'Sullivan. Oh, he muscled him up the racetrack a little bit. That's going to allow Gary Lovern to take a peek on the inside. Move Lovern up to 3rd. O'Sullivan's going to fall back, and Strauss is going to follow Lovern on up. I think Kinder's going to come up there as well, and that will put 2 more Team Watson racing cars up in the top 5. Murph going to the inside of Wags. Murph winner at our last race. Bit of a controversial finish there as well. Murph in one of his final races in the IR18 as a full-time competitor. He said he'll be stepping it down here a little bit as he blinks out. Gary Lovern taking a peek at the inside in that VOR Coke car. Liam O'Sullivan is now 4th, Strauss in 5th. Pennyworth to the inside of Lucas Santos. Problem is he has no one to draft with right now. He's got a bunch of clean racetrack. Liam O'Sullivan, purple lap, 220.6. You figured they would be slowing down after 15 laps and wearing out these tires a little bit. 100% fuel, so we should see them getting in the neighborhood of about 30 laps, or give or take, for a run. So we're about halfway through a run at this point. Pennyworth washes up just a little bit. There is Craig Forsyth in the pink car. I think it looks good. You should definitely 100% run that in October. Pedro getting a run behind him. Here's Murph taking a peek to the inside. And hanging tough for the moment is Gary Lovern. Something we haven't done this year since we're in our final race of the season. We're going to ride with Gary here. Here's his driver inputs, 225, 226, 227, right in the speed trap there at the end of the backstretch. Holding his line pretty good. Keep it in 6th gear. Solidly in the draft of the car in front of him. That is Wagner. That is now Mark Murphy in the red car. And they go into turns 1 and 2. Look at Gary, kind of that middle lane, getting the clean air. Wags kind of comes up and gives him dirty air on exit. Be very bumpy here at Auto Club. You see that every time they hit these bumps, there's a big bump right before you go into turn 3 down the backstretch. The part of the racetrack they're on now is the only part of the racetrack I think that is physically, that and pit row, that is still in existence. There's still talk that they're going to make it a short track that stock cars will run at, but at this point, I just say tear down the whole place. The spirit of the place is really lost. Thank you, NASCAR. We want to thank you 100% for doing that. Thank you. It does not pay well to be a super speedway in Southern California. This will be the second, or this is the second super speedway to open and then close right behind Ontario. Opened in 1970, closed in 1980. Fontana lasted a little bit longer, opened in 96. Made it to, what, 2022, 2023? It was a real gem when Penske owned the place. Then when Speedway Motorsports took it over, the owners of NASCAR, they really neglected the place pretty badly. Made it get bumpy. Didn't repave the thing. And really the land it was sitting on was just too valuable, and that is SoCal for you. Watch out the back of Gary Lovern. Everybody in line, waiting to get to that first pit stop here in about 10 laps. It's a fixed setup race, setup supplied by the league. 8 sets of tires for the drivers to choose from this race. They start with 1, and then they'll have 7 more in the pits. We have 100% fuel. Doing 250 laps, 500 miles, 55 mile per hour speed limit on pit road. IndyCar track records at Fontana. Of course, the world record has been set here. It's currently will never be apparently beaten here, and that is set by Gilles de Ferran in 2000. He set a speed of 241.428 miles per hour, making this the fastest at the time speedway on Earth. Even faster than Indianapolis. The IndyCar IRL track record is a 226.7 set by Helio Castroneves. The fastest 400 mile race in league history for IndyCar was held here, set by Sam Hornish with a speed of 207.1. The all-time wins leader here at Fontana, California Speedway as I prefer to call it, is Sam Hornish, Jimmy Vasser, and Adrian Fernandez each have 2 wins. And Fernandez is the only notable driver because of those guys, because he won in kart and won in the IRL here. Back to the action at hand as Wagner, Murphy, Lovern, Strauss, Kinder. The top 5 has virtually remained unchanged since we set that a couple laps, about 10 laps ago. That's right, Rafi. Gilles de Ferran, the fastest Brazilian ever. Fastest human ever at a closed course super speedway. Now, there was a lap of 2:39 turned in practice in the 95 Indy 500. Or 96 Indy 500 by Ari Lyondike. He probably exceeded 241 in terms of trap speed, but an average lap speed, he only did 239. That's the closest that anyone else has ever come, and that's an unofficial lap. Jesper Orman on the inside of Lucas Santos. Jesper's decided it is time to go here late in the run. Setting up the first pit stops. Orman to the bottom. This is the final race for our defending champion as champion. He will hand his crown over to this guy right here. Our current series champion. Here are the driver points coming into today. As you see, Luis Nunez with a commanding 75-point lead over Julian in second, who is currently racing right now on the racetrack. Liam O'Sullivan third, Patrick Silvazzi fourth, Mark Murphy fifth, Jesper Orman sixth, Forsyth seventh, Tessera eighth, Christensen ninth, Millward 10th, and there you see the remainder of the top 10. I think Wags probably will enter the top 10 here if he gets a good finish. Bosick Solwedge 12th, Stout 13th. He's got his hands full in real racing this weekend. Barber Motorsports Park, Gallus, Bree, Inch, Lovern, Strauss, Santos, and Bennyworth your top 20. I do not want to show the B-roll. Why did I do that? There we go. Let's get that all off the screen. There we go. Back to the racing at hand. Nunez really didn't even need to start the race, to be honest. He's racing here for fun. 30 of 250. Murph, Wag, and Lovern. They are still the top three. Very early stages, getting to these about the opening of the first pit window. If you enjoy Velocity Online Racing's coverage of the VOR IndyCar Championship or you expect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure to support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you'll miss out on future VOR iRacing broadcasts, and including when Julian posts the highlights. We'll get some sounds from the Speedway. Here we go, some static speed shots. Coming at you in your living rooms at more than 220 miles an hour. Pretty orderly race so far. No one's really forcing the issue. Everyone seems to be behaving themselves very well. Jesper Orman again on the low side of Lucas Santos, trying to get that pass completed. Three wide of the line. This is the end of season 13. Hard to believe there have been 13 seasons of the VOR IndyCar Championship. I was a participant way back in season 1 and season 2. Cars on pit road. Mark Murphy and Matt Wagner. I believe they are working together. They are in at lap 37 to 38 here. Scheduled stop. As they were racing up front, they were using the most fuel. This makes a little sense that they are coming in first. And Murph gets out before Wags. Field's putting them a lap down, but everyone else still needs to stop. Wags needs to really hustle up to get back in the draft of Wags needs to hustle up to get back in the draft of Murph. Here's our last two champions together, Luis Nunez, Jesper Orman. Black flag for Bart. Must have sped coming to pit road, so he's going to get a 40-second hold here. Klendworth. Down to the apron. What's going on? I don't think he had to enter off the backstretch, did we? Lucas Santos coming in behind him. Not sure why Klendworth came in off of turn 3. I thought we could just come in off of 4. Maybe he was just playing it safe. Maybe he had a bit of a hiccup on fuel. He's cutting it close. Klendworth coming to his stall. Strauss coming in with his with Gary Lovern, actually. Bree coming in. Dan Inch coming in. Mason Mitchum coming in. Scheduled stop. Not surprising. Craig Forsyth out longer than everyone else. It is Forsyth, Kinder, O'Sullivan, Pedro, Hugo, Christensen, Jesper, Silvazzi, Julian, Coker, Tessera. They have not stopped yet. But a lot are coming on pit road right now. Led by Seb Kinder. Craig Forsyth now all by himself, going 42 laps into this run. Pretty remarkable fuel save. Here he comes, the pit road. He'll answer the call. Hugo Gallas will answer the call. Jesper Orman will stay out for one more. Silvazzi will stay out for one more. So Orman and Silvazzi, the environmentalists of SoCal, would love this. These guys have been conserving the most. Jesper deep ducks to the inside. I believe that's his call, and he's coming to pit road. And here comes Silvazzi as well. Craig Forsyth coming off of pit road. That will turn the lead back over to Murphy and Wags. And they got Bart there kind of working with them. Forsyth will cycle up the third once Murph and Wags pass Silvazzi and Orman, who are coming off of pit road right now. We'll reset the field. But before we do, if you're just joining us, this is Velocity Online Racing's coverage of Championship Saturday of the VOR IndyCar Championship, coming to you from Auto Club Speedway in Fontana for the California 500. We've been completed now 46 of 250 laps. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race or the next video posted on this channel. Mark Murphy and Wags are picking back up where they left off before the pit stops. They are your leaders. Forsyth now up 4 spots. The third is in third. Matthias Strauss in fourth. Kinder in fifth. Those are two teammates right there. Craig Forsyth sitting in the purple lap, 220.7. A little bit further back, Liam O'Sullivan, Gary Lovern, Pedro, Jesper Orman, Christensen, they're all in a group. Nunez and Gallas, they're two-stepping with one another right now. Then we have Benny Worth all by himself, basically in 13th. Julian back in 14th. He's with Lucas Santos. They need to run down that lead group. They're falling behind a little bit. Well, we are at lap 48, caution-free racing to this point. Really no even close incidents. First 2 seasons of the VOR IndyCar Championship won by Julian Altena. He's a 2-time champion. There he is. Then Isaac Morris. There's an old name of the past. He won season 3. Then Alex Van de Sant went on a 3-season tear in season 4, 5, and 6, winning the Drivers' Championship for those seasons. Season 7, someone new stepped in. And it was this guy right here, Jesper Orman. He won the season 7 championship. Season 8. Season 8 belongs to, well, this man right here. His teammate, Pedro's teammate. That is the Brazilian Storm, Bruno Miranda. Season 9 is this guy right here, Mark Murphy. He is your Season 9 champion. Season 10, Matthias Kraus. Not Strauss, Kraus. He is Season 10 champion. Then Bruno Miranda, yet again. There's his teammate, Pedro. So Miranda, a 2-time champion. And then Season 12, excuse me. Orman gets his second one. So he is a 2-time champion. And then your Season 13 champion right here, Luis Nunez. So Altena, Orman, and Miranda are the 2-time champions. Alex Van de Sant is the only 3-time champion of the VOR IndyCar Championship. There will be a Season 14 if you want to learn more about Season 14. Feel free to sign up on the VOR Discord. The invite is in the description. And when they go live with the Season 14 information, you will know first thing about it. Back up front, 15 laps into their stint is Wags and Murphy. They pitted on lap 38 for their first stint, so they're just shy of halfway of their second stint. Like Coker is out. He says that was fun. Not sure what happened. Bart on pit road. I think he got another speeding penalty. He has a black flag. Let's see what happened to Shane. Oof. Let's see what happened here. He's got around the leaders. Oh, he got nailed from behind. Who was that by? That was to Sarah that hit Coker. Fortunately, wow, he broke the car. That is unfortunate for Shane. So he's going to finish 22nd. Hard on pit road. He's having a bit of a long day. He's in 21st. Everyone else on the lead lap down the 20th position. Last car on the lead lap, Timbury. This whole second group has now been joined. We're seeing Orman and O'Sullivan leading the group. Then Lovern, Pedro, Christensen, Nunez, Gallas, and Bennyworth, the last car in line. So from 6th back to 13th, all in a line now, pretty much. Meanwhile, up front, and probably change this to gaps now to give everyone a good idea. The top 5 all together now. And then it's 2.5 back to Liam, pulling the group in 6th. So far, caution free up to this point. Lap 60. About normally when a fixed race ends here in the official series. Quickly right around lap 60. We be done for the evening. I'll get ready to read my outro and be done. But we have quite a ways to go. Another 190 laps. Jesper and Liam trying to swap the draft to get back in closer range of that first group, and they've trimmed it down a little bit. Was 2.5, now it's 2.4, 2.3. Since this is the last race for us here in the Velocity Online Racing League and their IndyCar Championship, I'm going to go promote a couple of our races that we got coming up on P1, on the P1 channel on YouTube. Just go to P1 Broadcasting on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel there. We have a doubleheader on Monday. Mark Murphy and Clindy will bring the action for the IndyCar Open Series Monday night top split from Indianapolis. That ought to be a good one. Expect a 5K strength of field for that one. And then later that night, it will be, actually, I take that back. That is too far in the future. There we go. Actually, they will be at Indy GP. That will be at Indianapolis, for they will be doing the Indy GP and the Indy Open Series. Still might be a possible 5K strength of field there. We'll see. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. Then at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, ISRA Open Wheel Series, sponsored by the Sim Gaming Expo, at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Legacy, Kentucky. That's our Monday night doubleheader. Tuesday night, the IndyCar Oval Series at 8:15 p.m. will be at Indianapolis. That should be a 5K strength of field race on the Oval. And it is Championship Wednesday in the Horizon IndyCar Series. They will be at Indianapolis as well. And Wags, we'll get a picture on him. Wags is one of the admins there. Murph, who's in second, does the play-by-play on P1. That will be Wednesday night. Then Thursday night, it'll be myself and Luis Gonzalez Nunez over on the Elite Racing Network. Luis will be joining us here momentarily a little bit later tonight in time for the 500-mile distance here. You can join Luis and I on the Elite Racing Network for their Indy 500, the 14th running of their Indy 500. Always one of the biggest races and most watched Indy 500 league-wise all year long. And then Friday, we got like a triple header going on. That's a day-night triple header. 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We will be doing the IIS broadcast from the Indy GP. Then at 8:30, Mark Murphy will take over for the AMA at Kansas for their truck series. And at 9 p.m. will be the P1's call of the fixed official Indy 500 top split. That is this week. It is a huge week of racing coming up. Every night of the week, including tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, the start of Season 8 of the Dark Horse DW12 Series. Not a lot of racing going on at the moment. Everyone's being very well behaved. The top 5 trying to pull away from the top, 6th through 12th. Actually, 13th. Christensen's tacked on at the end here. They really want to grab this front group and join it by the time they get to their pit stops. Fortunately, I think this second group here, the second group is now split into 2. It is Bennyworth, Gallas, and Christensen, 11th, 12th, and 13th. They're in their own group. They've lost touch by 2.3 seconds from Orman back to Nunez. So that's 6th through 10th. Meanwhile, that second group has got within 2 seconds, 1.8 of the lead group. And we are getting close to the pit window. Second pit stops, Murph and Wags, they pitted on lap 37, coming to 38 for their first stint. They're at lap 32 right now, and they've pretty much been at the front the entire time. So I would imagine they are getting the similar mileage, if not worse. I think we're just going to stay put here for kind of see where the next round of pit stops happen here. That will shake things up. That's Tim Bree by himself, and he is going to get freight trained by the leaders. He might tuck in line. That might be a good thing for him. And joining me in the booth is Luis Gonzalez Nunez, 3-time winner in the VOR IndyCar Series. Welcome.
Yes, it is. So, from a long time ago, yeah. Remember, I won the 110 in Auto Club. I've been here when they opened or they started the VOR a long time ago. So, really good and bad memories at the same time. So, but yeah, a lot of things in that time. So. I can see Murphy in the top with Wagner make it switch each other. Matthias Strauss, in the back. So.
Oh, and here comes
20.
Yeah, here comes Murph and Wags. I can get the camera on them. There we go. They are on pit road. Scheduled stop for them coming in again at 36, coming to 37. Laps on this stint, so they are right at about the same window they were for their first run. So the second round of pit stops are starting now. Remember, they started at first last time. Everybody will be coming to pit road inside of about 10 laps now. The longest runner last time was Craig Forsyth. He went 43, and Orman went 44, actually. So down and away, they are done. And this time, Wags keeping it a little bit closer to Murphy this time, coming off of pit road. Meanwhile, back up front. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I said about Wagner. You know, when you exit to the pit, it's really, really tough when you're somebody in front to you. It's slow, but these two guys have a good exit on the pit, so nobody lose time over there.
Meanwhile, back up front, it is Kinder and Strauss. That second group behind them is gaining on them now. They are now within 7/10. They've run them down from 2.5 now to 7/10. So they're going to be there just in time, right when they want to be there. Right, they want to catch this group by the time they get to their pit stops. Strauss and Kinder are teammates for Team Watson, so they're going to race together here. Then we have Liam, who's kind of by himself. Oh, Gary Lovern almost in the wall. Might even grabbed a little bit of it. Jesper Orman up to 5th. He's now 15 spots improved. Luis Nunez. And by the way, Luis Nunez, meet Luis Nunez. He's in position 8. He's up 13 spots.
I told you, Luis Nunez, I don't know, maybe know me, but I know him. I think it's the same guy from Spain, living in Colombia. He's streaming. We be together in these leagues from Spain. So I know Luis Nunez around in that time when I was in 19.
No relation, of course. Not an evil twin.
No.
Not an evil twin.
I am the good one. I am the good one.
Liam O'Sullivan. If you were a tag team, what would we call you two? The Flying Nunez's? No?
No, I don't know. I want to think about it.
Scheduled stop for Liam O'Sullivan on pit road. He is our iconic series champion. He won that yesterday at Chicagoland and won the race. He had to come from behind in order to win that championship due to a late caution, put himself in a position where he could win the race and the championship. That's exactly what happened. He's down and away. Seb Kinder and Strauss still making laps out there. We expect them to come to pit road any time now. They are 39 and 38 laps into their stint. And as Lewis said, they are coming to pit road now. Also being joined by Gary Lovern as he did a late break run at full send to the cone. That turns the lead over to Orman. Up 19 spots now, your leader. Right behind him is Forsyth and then Pedro. They went 43 for Forsyth, 44 for Orman, and 42 for Pedro for their first stint. So they are right on target. We saw Strauss and Kinder coming off of pit road side by side. They had to get in single file here for the access road. And they're going to pop out behind lap traffic. And they are not close to Wags and Murph. They are a little ways behind Wags and Murph. About a second and a half. So they're threatening to lose the draft envelope. But just behind them is Liam O'Sullivan.
So Nunez is in pits, Galas is in pits. And oh, I forget. Oh, John Christensen, maybe is the name? Yeah. He's in the pits too.
That still leaves Jesper coming to pit road now with Pedro. Pedro taking a little bit of evasive action. You just all of a sudden saw Jesper get in front of him. You see, and I had to slow down a little bit more than he wanted to. But they are both safely on pit road. And now all by himself is our leader, Craig Forsyth, who is making fuel somehow in the pink car. He might be heading to pit road this time as we see him cut to the inside down the backstretch.
Why is it the pink car? That's a surprise on me.
And I think we were telling him that maybe he's driving another. Ooh, did he speed? He got real close.
No, clear.
He got real close. Very good entry in for Craig Forsyth. We're riding with him right now as he is on his limiter. That's that groan you hear. And he's going to be looking for his stall right now. He shifts down the first gear. They hit him with the air hose. He goes up on the pneumatic jacks that extend from underneath the chassis. New set of tires go on. Full tank of fuel. Down and away on that pit limiter button. Coming out all the way. Then he gets to the cones and he can get off the button and go as fast as he dares. And here come the leaders.
I'm gonna stay behind Jasper, Orman, Forsyth. So the good thing about to be in Fontana or Auto Club or California or whatever his name they have it here, they're never gonna lose the pack, especially with 1.8 or 1.7 in the draft. So easy for Forsyth, just stay on the group and just don't lose. Actually, the most important, don't lose the leaders.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You have to main always in a speedway the race. I think so. Indianapolis don't count because it's really tough every single corner. So it's different. I included Michigan, Pocono also too, and Auto Club.
Well, we are going to reset after our second round of pit stops. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to the VOR channel. Like the video. Make sure you ring the bell. Then you'll be notified when Julian posts more videos. He always posts highlight videos of all of his races. Wagner Murphy out front by 2/10. Actually, 5/10, half a second over Kinder and Strauss. Also in that pack is O'Sullivan and Orman. On the tail end of that pack is Craig Forsyth. So basically the top 7 are almost all together. Seb Kinder, purple lap that time, 220.746. 220.746. And then you see that second group led by Gary Lovern, Luis Nunez, and Pedro. And while we are talking about Gary Lovern, do want to mention that today's California 500 is brought to you by Lovern's Incorporated. They've been a big sponsor of the IndyCar Championship, as well as ALZ.org, the Alzheimer's Association. But LOVERN'S provides professional services in renovation, remodeling, and painting and mold removal for government, commercial, and residential projects. For a quote to learn more, like them on Facebook or visit their website at loversinc.com today. Link is in the description. And a shout out to Tom Lovern, who's Gary's brother. He is the owner of Loverns Inc. If he's watching, good to have you watching again, Gary. Good to have you watching again, Tom. Excuse me. You were watching Gary. Gary better not be watching right now. I don't think he is, because currently he's 8th, leading our current champion right now, who clinched last week, Luis Nunez, and Pedro. We know Pedro, who's got one win here in the series. We know he knows how to bring these cars home to victory lane. Meanwhile, back up front, it is Wags and Murph continuing to swap the lead back and forth, trying to make mileage as well as pulling away from that pack. But that is a group of 7 that's all together. Forsyth just a little bit further on back. Forsyth 3/10 back, but well within the draft envelope. This is Championship Saturday and the VOR IndyCar Championship final race of the Season 13 campaign. Season 14 is planned, but there's no schedule official yet. Just maintain communication and contact in the VOR Discord server to find out and learn more once all that goes live.
About Gary is working with Nunez, trying to catch the field. Pedro is there, just follow them. That's the good thing. He understands at least he don't need to into the wall.
Oh, Gary in the wall, and it just he stuck to it. And I've seen that. It's happened to me before. It's very bumpy going into turn 3.
That's a concentration. He lose the concentration, and there he maybe wanna give it to Luis some space, but yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, right. He hit those bumps, and the car did not turn for him. It's pretty light damage, if anything, but the problem is he just lost the draft. He is now by himself. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that sucks. Actually, you see is Gary on the front by 2 seconds, maybe? Oh, no, 1.6 of Pedro. And on the back is Christensen 4.3. So, yeah, the only thing is need to try to make the turn in the IRL or the first line. To catch this guy.
3 wide into 1 and 2, and I think Murph kind of went down to feed a little. Well, look, it was going to be a draft on the straight, but just a little bit of dirty air, and this kind of slow down Liam.
Oh, he almost lose Liam the car with that waving,
So now Luis and Pedro are going to have to work together if they hope to run down this lead group. They are behind by right at 2 seconds, so they need to shave a half a second off here and in this stint before they cut the pit road next time, and they have about another 28 laps or so when we suspect to see them on pit road next. So if they could do that and get closer, we'll have a 9-car breakaway, but right now only a 7-car breakaway. These two are trying to run them down. Before, you mentioned Pedro was just sitting there riding it out. Now Pedro needs to put a little work into this, doesn't he?
Yeah, they really close. They're 1.7 now. You said 2 seconds.
Yep.
So the thing is, every time Gray is hold it or wait it, they win at least 2 or 3 tenths for laps. So it just creates this weight over there. So that's unfortunate because this group, if I am the group, I don't want nobody else in my group. So now it's really close. These two guys on there. So it's gonna be maybe 3 more laps. It's gonna be there, and then they need to just start to save the fuel because they've been for 16 laps, burn the fuel, switch each other, and burn, and also the tires. I know the tires is not really a factor over here with 90 Fahrenheit in the track, but it's sane. Actually, still something for consideration.
Well, LOVERN'S not out of this thing either. He is now back at 7 tenths back, and he's got the draft, and he's going to catch these two.
Yeah, that's what I said. So he needs to be just make the laps like a qualifying lap to getting close. Now we have a dirty air, almost went to the wall, but is it close? I think so. These 3 guys is gonna be getting close soon in 3 or 4 laps in the group.
Yeah, apparently whatever damage was extremely minimal to Gary's car hitting the wall as he was starting to make the turn into turn 3. So he will join this group of 2 right here, make it a group of 3, and then they can try to run down the first group, and they are right there on the cusp of really. They're within the draft window. They're within the draft envelope. So Pedro is feeling the draft down the straights from the train of cars in front of him, specifically Craig Forsyth. But he's also in the envelope of dirty air going through the corners. So it's a give a little, take a little situation.
Yeah, that's true. But very close. Actually, I always said this. This kind of race in the Speedway said it. These 2 things I'm gonna say. So I will say this. The Speedway said it. In the Speedway, Super Speedway track, the last 30 laps is more emotional or more excited.
Yeah.
And here it's just try to getting close to the front. Just for the pit it in, so just for the pit party or just for the pit circle, that's the main thing. And second, when you're, for example, you say Lovern, maybe have a damage, yeah, maybe, but in the Super Speedway, that damage is not really show a lot,
right,
until you lose the draft. So when you have a draft, you have a lot of damage. But if you have a draft, at least the 0.7 or 1.7 or 1.5, the damage is not really affected too much. I saw people win with damage in Pocono or in Michigan, or getting second. So everything can happen.
Some gorgeous shots of the sun as it's starting to dip down on the horizon as they go down the backstretch. Here in the Robbie Gordon cam, out the side of Luis Nunez, our series champion for season 13. He is in the draft. The group of 3, including Gary Lovern now. So the top 10 all together on the racetrack, just in time for the next round of pit stops as the leaders, which is now O'Sullivan and Kinder. As we've been watching this second group, the leaders have kind of shifted a little bit. Sullivan and Kinder are at 26 and 24, respectively. I think Wags and Murphy might have gone back a little bit. They're at 31 laps of this stint, now 32, and they went 37 on the first 2 stints they were in.
So Sullivan, that's sometimes that's happening to me many races when you're going first, and then nobody wanna make the pass on you, and then you realize, oh my God, I've been here just for make a camera, so make it show in the broadcasting. I am the first, but at the same time, it's like okay, how much fuel I have to save it with maybe 5 to go on the stint. Yeah, sometimes you have to figure out yourself that thing. That's what Wagner, that's Sebastian Murphy also too, Jasper also to do it. Just stay over there because we still have a race to go. So we have 143 to go. So it's not. I know you can make a time on front, make a laps on front, but at the same time you have to clutch or maybe put the steams without that little bit. You don't want to come into the pit with just for the splash. That's the main thing.
Oh, Wags in the wall. Did you see that?
Yes. Let's see. Wow, yeah. He kind of kissed the wall. Should be okay. Again, with draft, everything is okay.
Oh, yeah.
Until your win is gone, so I don't know.
Let's watch that again from his point of view.
Actually, the sun.
Yeah, I think the sun played a role in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Some people say, yeah, the sun, whatever. It's because sun. No, it's really your eyes getting. You're going for dark, and then you see this thing in your eyes. It's like my God, you have to change your point eyes for something else. So when I do it, I just put my eyes in the white line down to don't see the sun, and it's really affected too much.
Yeah, I went back and played that both times, and the visibility. And keep in mind that the roll bar cam, everybody, is if I can get a circle of one here, right above the roll bar, you see right here, the roll bar. There's a black or on all these cars. Pretty much, it looks black, kind of cylinder or box there. That's where the camera sits, and that's when I go to those roll bar shots. Easy for me to say. That's the shot. That's the angle. So they're sitting about 6 to 12 inches higher than where the driver's sitting. So, you know, if the sun was bad at that high angle, you know the sun was bad at a low angle. And here they come. We knew they would be soon. This is 37 laps again for him.
Oh, Luis Nunez and Gary Lovner in turn 2 was really close. Stanton fell. Stanton fell from for Luis. I'm not sure, but maybe iRacing forget him.
That was really close.
The wind is soft, and then come back.
And there is a pretty good wind coming from the southwest right now at 7 miles per hour. 89 is the track temp. 86 is the ambient temperature. They are still together. There you see just out of shot, Wags and Murph coming back up to speed. And they'll be joined by Gallas and Christensen. So they might be able to all work together here. Wags is your leader, Murphy second. And there's a big gap here between the two of them. About a second, actually. They're both on, Matt was on pit road 38.9 seconds versus Murphy at 39.3. Dan Inch, Lucas Santos on pit road. Back up front, it is the Team Watson Racing duo. Actually, it's not the Team Watson Racing duo. We got Liam O'Sullivan, his Altena Autosport. Then Team Watson. Then Rogue Racing. Then Team Watson. And the top four there, Craig Forsyth with Ford E-Racing. They are in fifth. Pedro sixth, Nunez seventh, Gary Lovern eighth. And then we got a big gap by 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds back to Hugo Gallas. Kinder, O'Sullivan and Kinder have been out 35 laps for Kinder, 37 laps for O'Sullivan on this stint. Oh!
O'Sullivan is coming now.
Strauss got really close to the wall. He might be coming to pit road as well.
Strauss coming now, also too.
O'Sullivan a little bit better control of his car coming to pit road. Yesterday had a hard time of it in the DW12. Pretty much 2 flawless stops so far for our iconic champion. Back up to the front, it is Orman and Kinder and Forsyth, your top 3. We're almost at the halfway point. We have gone caution-free, Lewis. We have not had a single caution all race long. It's pretty good. We got...
I want to.
Yeah, what's the likelihood of the 500 that we're doing on Thursday going caution-free? It almost went last year, but...
Yeah, I remember one.
Yeah, one last year, yep.
Yeah.
Now, I think there were at least 2. I think there was 2 that were in that one. I think Bency got taken out in the wreck. But, yeah, we have no cautions today. But
nice.
2 500-mile races for us. What's that?
What happened with Shane? I see here with Mimble Flag. So
yeah, he was coming to pit road, and Tessera came in a little hot and gave him terminal damage. It didn't look like it was a big lick, but it was enough of a lick to give Coker terminal damage. Day done.
Oh.
Very early on.
Yeah, 78 down. Show me on in the screen. Is Kinder on pits now. Also Galas. Yeah, Galas and Christensen's coming out now.
Teammates, yep.
Oh, they're teammates. Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
Kinder on pit road, down and away. Joining him on pit road, that looks like a Julian. It is Jesper Orman, Craig Forsyth, Luis Nunez, and Pedro. I tell you what, Luis Nunez and Pedro managed to save some fuel and still catch the lead group. They're out there among the longest right now. 39 laps for each one of them. 38. Well, here comes Orman to pit road. Actually, no. Who's that? Who's that? Nunez? Nunez. Yep.
Yes. 39. Is the tank is 100%?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. It could be more. Actually, they can make it more, but because it's the field is not like a 26 or 30 or more. That's maybe makes sense. That's the people make 40, 39 or 37. But at least you can make a little bit two more laps. But yeah, you don't want to do that with just all the. Actually, if you see the map, everyone is spray around.
Oh, yeah, in terms of how everyone's spread out, yeah, everyone is spread out right now.
Yeah, it's all the big group with
well, and the reason because of that is we've had no cautions and all green flag pit stops.
That's why you don't want to make too much in Oh, Pedro, black flag for speeding.
Oh, that is effectively, at this point, day done. Seb Kinder, 221, our first 221 of the day. Dan Inch hitting his pit stall, excuse me, and also I think that's Silvazzi coming off the pit road.
So the pits is 55.
55.
He crossed on. Oh my God, he crossed on 70.
Oof.
No, 67. So, okay, they can give you a forgiven 2 times, but the third one is it's too much. You have to serve a penalty now.
Question in chat. John and Hugo swapping but losing time. Why? Gap was 4.2, now 6.2. Swapping, you don't always gain time while swapping. Sometimes if you're not doing it right, you're losing time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing is, you have to be synchronous. That's the word?
Synchronous, yes.
Aha. Each other to do that. What is the reason? You have to use the voice. Okay, I coming in. Okay, let's do it. Let's work together. And it's easy. Before 3, you have to make the turn, and the other one before 1, you have to make the turn, and then. But the thing is, if you make the turn too close on 1, you're gonna exit too close to the wall, and then make you lose time. And you can win at least 1/10 or 2/10 in the draft, but the moment when you make the switch. If the switch is very bad, you can lose a bit 2/10 or something like that. So you have to be together in one. So if you don't do it very well, that's gonna happen. You're gonna lose 2-3 tenths more.
Gary Lovern just set the purple lap, and he's now on the racetrack, and he's the leaders, the old former leaders, right as they ended this pit overlap cycle. Jesper. And here comes Craig Forsyth after his pit stop. But Jesper was entering just as Gary was coming by. And Gary had a big run, so he had to take a little bit of an evasive maneuver. Now we're going to go 3 wide. Jesper in the middle. Seb Kinder up top. Nulis Nunez right there behind him. And here comes Craig Forsyth at 8. Oh, car in the wall. Kinder.
You said you can't. Oh, Lovner. Oh, he went too close to him on left, to the right, sorry. That is crazy. I don't know. But no yellow.
Ooh, yeah, he kind of side-checked him a little bit, it looked like, at least from my point of view. We'll leave that up to the stewards to decide. But day done for Seb Kinder now. He's been among the leaders.
So, come back with Hugo Galaz and John Christensen. The work together is not really good, actually. Let's see. John make the switch now. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, but Hugo's not close enough.
Yeah, no. Now he can. Yeah, that's too late to make the switch. Look at that. And the thing is, you don't want to make the turn in the middle on the corner because look at that. And John is getting close again. So you need to at least have a gap of 0.5 or 0.4 to make a good switch or swap in between each other. But
yeah, they need a caution now. They need a caution, and Pedro needs a caution too. He's a lap down. He's on the tail end of these guys right here. Our leader is Mark Murphy. He and Matt Wagner have been swapping the lead pretty much all day long. We are just past the halfway point, lap 133 of 250. It is Wags, Murph, O'Sullivan, Orman, and Gary Lovern, your top 5. We're going to go 3 wide momentarily for the lead. And Wags with a big run. We're going to take it 3 wide in the 3 and 4. Wags to the point. And so let's reset the field. We'll go through the field also. So we got Murph and Wags who've been swapping the lead up at the front. We got Liam O'Sullivan, who's right behind him there. Then we got Jesper in the blue and gold car. Gary in the red and white VOR Coke car. Luis Nunez in the yellow and black fiercely forward car. Greg Forsyth in the pink livery. And then 9 seconds behind this group, we got Hugo and John. And also with them is Pedro Bleibel. Bleibel is in 17th spot, 1 lap down. And they have caught, that's Tim Bree. Tim Bree's had a bit of a rough day. He is down at 18th, 2 laps down. Then further behind this, and I think the lights are now starting to come on in the facility, there is Julian and Tessera. Now, they've been working with each other for the last, I guess, stint and a half. And they are about 3 seconds behind, 3.5 seconds behind the group in front of them of Christensen and Gallus. If they can catch those two, then they could start working together in a larger train and maybe try to run down our leaders. But right now, they are too far back to really be players unless there's a late caution. Or any type of caution at this point. That never matter. Never mind if it's a late one or not. Bennyworth by himself. Then there is Mitchum and Santos and Silvazzi. Silvazzi all by himself.
I think for the purpose of the race, yellow flag. No, it's they have big names on the front with Nunez, Forsyth, Lerner, Orman, Wagner over there, Murphy. It's really good names, and O'Sullivan in the front. So that's the definition for the last.
Ooh, Gary in the wall again. Sorry, Gary in the wall again off of 4. Not sure how bad he hit it. I think it was more of a tap.
Oh, kind of that code because it's like a come back again for the wall, but should be okay. But every time he hit the wall, the car is going more slow.
And here goes Craig on the high side. And just behind this group, that is Dan Inch. And I'm not sure necessarily what happened to Strauss. He is back in 19th position. I think he must have picked up some damage somewhere and had a lengthy stop to get it looked at. Last pit stop for him was like 2 minutes long.
Let you know. I think so. Oh, I'll let you know.
Okay. So yeah, at one point it was Strauss and Kinder were among the leaders in the Team Watson under the Team Watson stable, and they are kind of out of the running right now. That Kinder is actually retired. Murph coming to pit road along with Wagner. Oh, Wagner slides. Oh, no black flags, but it's going to cost him time on pit road.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe have some, because it's stop in the middle, stop in box. So maybe have a damage to repair, because 2 minutes in track in the pits is really a lot for Strauss. I'm talking about.
Wags is still on pit road. Did he get a black flag, or is he's got a long hold? I don't see a black flag.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. Maybe yes. He have a black flag because he touched the grass, and also he hit the cone.
Oh, okay. Here he goes. 48. So there was a hold. 40-second hold. So that is, unfortunately, that could really end his day at this point as well. And our leader is O'Sullivan. Orman second. Lovern third. Nunez fourth. Forsyth fifth. Next round of pit stops underway. Murph really needed someone to run with, and now he has nobody. He is all by himself, so he just needs to make as most efficient laps as possible. Coming up to 100 to go. Caution free so far. I will make sure that I circle that number. I said it again, 147, and I'll initial it. There you go. I jinxed it right there. Top four right together. Then there's a little bit of a gap back to Forsyth. Forsyth starting on the front row for the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series Indianapolis 500 on Thursday. He's on the outside of row one. Adriano Pinero, a name that we might be familiar with a lot of people that watch our races. He is on the pole yet again for the Indy 500, looking for his first win in 7 starts. O'Sullivan, Orman, Lover, Nunez, they're all kind of in the same window. There's a little bit of a lap difference between O'Sullivan and Orman, though. There's 10 laps difference between on these two guys' runs. O'Sullivan 32 laps into his stint. Orman's only 22. Lovern is 31. Nunez 26. Forsyth 21. So we expect Lovern and O'Sullivan here to come to pit road anytime now.
So, talking about, he did 43, Jasper. I took it, Jasper.
Yeah.
He did 43, so he have a 21 to go. We are in 100 to go, actually. 79. And then he can make another 42. Oh, Jasper can make finish with 2 more stops.
Okay. Well, everyone else is going to have to do 3, at least 3. Jesper looks like he needs to do it in 2. And the leaders now approaching Mitchum and Silvazzi. This is they're back in 16th and 12th position, respectively. Our former leader, Murphy, came in only 30 laps on that stint. So he came in very early. And I think that might have been, they wanted to make that a short stint, and then maybe the next two, maybe they had only two more. I'm not sure. Maybe three more, and they just want to make them even number of laps or something. I don't know. But they both came in about 7 to 8 laps earlier than where they have been coming in before.
Wait, I kind of lost on this war. Sorry to asking this. But there's supposed to be today Barber qualifying?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
No, I don't know. I don't know too. I don't know too. So
All right.
I
No spoilers in chat, people. No spoilers in chat for IndyCar qualifying. We have to go watch it here later.
Oh. I got too busy today in my job, so I really don't know what's happened. I only know it's a Formula One qualifying now, and that's it.
I know the sprint qualifying did yesterday, and that was a bit of a surprise pole sitter there.
Oh, yeah, Antonelli.
Luis Nunez, the inside of Lovern, and he had the roll out of it. He got dirty air I think from Salvazzi.
Wow, that's that's really
No,
cool.
he did not get dirty air from Salvazzi. He got dirty air from. Oh, we're going to replay that again. You'll listen to him. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Watch this again. Listen. Yeah, he had the roll out of it because he was getting dirty air from Jesper. O'Sullivan, pit road, scheduled stop for him. Problem is, he's coming in all by himself.
Oh.
On the front straight, it is Orman. Lovern is second now in the order, but he is third in this picture right here because that is Salvazzi. Salvazzi is a 9th, but he is 1 lap down. Now Nunez around Lovern. Move Nunez up to second. That's Bennyworth racing Forsyth. Bennyworth has been down in the order today. Gets a high side run on Forsyth there. Bennyworth just coming off a pit road, so he has new tires. That is the power of new tires here. You do get a little bit of benefit from them. He's ripping the top. I think we got Christensen and Gallas. These guys have been buddies all race long, pretty much. They are still with one another. They are coming off a pit road for their scheduled stop at 37 laps into their stint at lap 158. Oh, Hugo! He goes on the racetrack, and we're going to go caution.
Oh, no. Oh, the weight jacket. I think it's maybe he forgot about to put the weight jacket in 0 or negative, maybe negative, to try to go outside to the pit. That's when I used to do it.
Yeah.
When I come in flat.
Yep, that's what I would do too. I would go full negative, and then as I'm going down the backstretch, I'm like positive, but hitting that button. Now look at the pace car would have nailed him there. Some people now have a kind of a either a dial or a Joy 2 key mapping or something like that will take them from like full negative to back to like +5 or really quickly. But when I was doing it, I was going up down the backstretch trying to get the positives. So by the time I got to the turn 3, I wasn't all negative. But we are under caution, and that did not need to happen for some drivers. As Orman, Nunez, Forsyth, Lovern, that is all going to be good for them. I think Lovern's going to stay out. I think maybe Lovern might have been on pit road when that caution came out. I think Lovern's going to cycle to the front. Yeah, I think that's what happens. Lovern's going to cycle to the front. Everybody in front of Lovern is going to get the wave around. So Mitchum, Bree, Strauss, all those guys. Mitchum, Tessera. Tessera's leading the pack behind the pace car, I think. Nope. Christensen is... Nope, there's Julian.
It showed me Gary Loven at first.
Yeah, he was on pit road when the caution came out.
Yeah.
So he's going to cycle up to the lead. Bennyworth is right behind the pace car, so he will get the wave around. Wagner will actually come back around and get on the lead lap, I think. No, he's one lap down. So no one's going to be getting back on the lead lap here. They'll just be joining the tail end of it. So Bennyworth is one lap down. Galla's one lap down. Murph, he will get the wave around all the way around. Liam O'Sullivan. Dan Inch is in this battle here. Julian's now all of a sudden in the battle. Here comes Mitchum to pit road. He might top off. He's only 12 laps into this current stint. They do have more tires than they could use here, so he may want to come and put on a new set of tires and top that tank off. We'll see if he just goes up on the jacks or just goes for fuel only. Nope, he's going up on the jacks, so he's going to go change those tires. That might not be a bad move. But the problem is... Well, that is a bad move, actually. Problem is, he's not going to get the wave around. There's Bennyworth getting the wave around. Murph getting the wave around. Liam. Dan Inch.
Because it's the field is too small. I don't say small because it's super speedway. Should be 30 cars is really big, but it got 20. It's still for a super speedway small. To make a wave around without pit, with the condition we have with almost two-thirds of the race in green flag is something you can lose time. So it's better is to win.
Okay.
To come into the pit and do all the stuff and lose one lap.
And then Lovern is now cycled back to 4th. So Orman has been cycled up ahead of Lovern. So Orman, Nunez, Forsyth, Lovern now. So when the field was frozen, they were in the lead, and Lovern was obviously on pit road. Back green flag for the first time for our first caution of the night. And now we have a bit of a race on our hands. So the fourth car in line. Oh my goodness, wow. Watch behind.
Wow. Boom to the first in just one main straight and the back straight. That's it.
Oh, I think we have a car that's missing a front wing. Liam O'Sullivan. And let's go back a little bit further as we're coming to green here.
Now it's a pit.
When does he lose the front wing?
In the restart.
Does he try to get a run on Mark?
Murphy, yeah.
Mark tries to get a bit of a run on Benny.
Oh, yeah. O'Sullivan fall.
That's going to hurt.
Surprise of Murphy don't have a damage. Actually, he helped him to push more in the restart. So, yeah.
Well, Gary Lovern is your leader now. We missed when he picked up the lead when we were watching that event. And here's the pass, I believe.
Oh, whoa, Wagner to the front. Do you see what he did?
No, hold on. We're watching Wagner right here. Lovern got a 3-car run and just scoots right to the lead there. Wow, what a power move. All right, we go back to watch Wagner here as Wagner has been making moves a little bit further on back.
All the Brazilian clear, boom. And then to the front. I know it's one lap down. But...
yeah, watch this. Yeah, watch this. He just has a run on everybody, and they're racing in front of him. Pardon me, coming through, scooting through here. Pardon me, don't move. Here I come. All right, good. Keep a line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Okay. And he goes right on by. So Lovern is your leader. Murph is now working with Lovern. They are first and second. Now, Murph, I don't think has any damage from that incident with O'Sullivan, but O'Sullivan is on pit road. He had to answer pit road. He lost his entire front wing. He needed a new front wing, and he is Dan Inch is now coming off of pit road. So he stayed out.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Inch stayed out. It said 43 laps on that stint, so he stayed out. So he'll be joined by Liam O'Sullivan. Here's Hugo Gallows, who brought out the caution. Let's get back up to the front. It's Murph, Lovern, and now Julian is now in third.
Let's see, Forsyth.
This group back here is just racing like it's the last lap.
I see one lap down, 1 lap ago. Greg Forsyth on turn 2.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Jesper had to. He made Silvazzi flinch a little bit. Silvazzi's back in this thing. So we're trying to reset the field here for you, but your top 9 are on the lead lap. So we're going to hide the gaps. We're going to show you the intervals. There you go, top 9 on the lead lap as Mitchum into the wall. It's Lovern and Murphy. They've broken out to about a 4-second lead over this other group who've been racing each other far too hard on this restart. I think everyone kind of needed that rest, and they got fresh tires, and they're feeling pretty good. Then it's Julian, Nunez, Christensen, Orman, Teixeira, Forsyth, Silvazzi. They're all in this group right here. Then we got Wagner in 9th, or 10th, 1 lap down. And he's up towards the front of this group. And he might be screaming up ahead to Murphy, who's 2.8 seconds up the road. He's like, slow down, man, slow down. Let me catch up with you. Get back on the lead lap. That's an awful lot to ask for, racing by yourself, especially when Murphy and Lovern are now racing together. 173 of 250 now. And Julian's kind of broken away. He's kind of all by himself, although he has joined Wagner a little bit. And then John Christensen, if he can get to Julian, might be able to help Julian. So 44 Nation is being represented up in the front. Luis Nunez just hanging out in fifth. He has 2 cars in front of him. They're not on the lead lap. But Nunez, he doesn't really need to do anything. He, just finish the race, really. But he could cap off the whole campaign with a championship stomping on everybody, because currently he has a 75-point lead. A win here in the final race of the campaign would be kind of an exclamation point on his season. Since the middle of the season, this has really been his championship to lose. Right with him is Orman. Go ahead.
Sometimes you want to finish. You want to finish the race. You want to finish the championship winning.
Yes.
And that is nobody want to deny that. So it's like, no, I want to finish the race. No, you want to win. When you have the chance, like a Nunez now is, I know, is in fifth with 6.3 over behind Murphy. But at least have a chance maybe to be in the podium, to at least congrat all the campaign he did this season.
We're gonna talk to him anyways after the race, whether he finishes on the podium or not. He is the champ. He's earned that much at the very least. But Lovern and Murphy continue to race up at the front. But we're watching this battle for 5th, 6th, 7th. Teixeira is there. He's in that gray and red car just behind Pedro in the black and red car. I think Orman's still trying to hit a number. He doesn't really seem to be racing out there. He might just know that those guys in front. Teixeira now racing to the front of this. Move Teixeira to 5th. Some of these guys are getting big runs, and they're just taking as full advantage of the run as they can. I mean, they're just waiting till the run runs out, and they're getting 3-4 cars in the pass. Here's your weather conditions. Update on the weather. 84 on the track temp. Or excuse me, 84 on the ambient. 87 on the track temp. Still a very strong wind now out of the southwest. 10 miles per hour. Those cars will definitely feel that. So the quad oval or the tri-oval, as we go through the far end of the racetrack, I believe the start-finish line is the south end of the racetrack, if I remember right from a map. So now they're heading east. This is the east end of the racetrack. Now on the backstretch, they're north. So they're catching a wind in, I think, 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's 7 miles southwest, 8 miles southwest.
And Teixeira is kind of broken away, which makes me think that Orman and Nunez know something else is up. I think they might be doing a fuel save here. And certainly with Forsyth in that group, I wouldn't put it past them. Now, the one guy in this group that I thought would be racing harder, since he's now back on the lead lap and now is within the top 10, is Silvazzi. Normally we expect to see Silvazzi as a hard charger, but maybe he sees his future as following these guys and maybe hitting a number. It'll be something to see Silvazzi in our final race here that we'll be covering as the P1 crew. It'll be something to see him get his first win on an oval in the IndyCar Championship.
We didn't catch. So Murphy's in pit now. With 68 to go. So it makes sense because he can cut the 69 to go in half. And he can go to the end. So everyone he need to cut. I don't want to get surprised if it's everyone coming to the pit now to have
well, he went 39 laps. He went 39 laps on that stint.
But that's a good strategy for Murphy.
Yeah.
But if everyone want to do that, they need to coming in because you know what? You're talking about the Marcos or Jasper also slowed down. I make the calculation.
Wagner on pit road.
If he coming in later, if he coming in 20 more laps, he needs to coming in the 8 laps to go. So it's gonna be short for 8 laps.
Yeah.
So the best is maybe coming now to don't lose that time to the end. Because the yellow flag is really hard to find it again.
Altena Auto Sports Cars in first, second, and third. Sorry for showing them too much, but hey, you know what? They're in the top 3. But we'll go back and ignore them for a while and watch this battle with Jesper Orman, Luis Nunez, Craig Forsyth, and Mark Murphy, who's trying to cycle forward as being the leader, and he's got some people around him and he can race with. Teixeira comes back to Orman and Nunez. And Murph just goes on by. I think Murph he knows what he's doing. He can full burn all the way to the end because he knows he has one more stop.
And remember also he have 4 seconds over the Gary, but Gary's going back again. So he was front for 4 seconds. Now he's 1 second over Julian. So
yeah, he's less than a second over Julian. Yeah, it's at 8/10 back to Julian.
So, I think so. He's slowed down just for steady fuel, maybe.
Yeah, he maybe dialed it back a little bit on the engine mapping. Julian and now Julian is well within the draft envelope of his teammate. Maybe Julian gave him team orders and says, "Hey man, you need to slow down."
Or maybe Gary said, well, I have to save the fuel, so I'm going to go slow down to fuel when I help me.
Well, and it's also, you talked about in super speedway races that when you get damage, it doesn't mean as much, but maybe he might have some damage from smacking the wall a little bit.
Makes sense. Also, too, yeah, I forgot. Oh, Julian on the wall. So it makes sense that.
I mean, Lovern does have the purple lap. He said it, I'm not sure, I can't remember when he said it, but he's a 32.5 earlier in the race. Last time by is a 33.1. Julian was a 32.7.
Oh, Gary did that lap in 1:27.
Gary did a
1:27.
Yeah. 33.1 and Julian a 32.9. Now Julian to the lead. And now Gary just might need to stay in the treads like he did with Mark. But now he's going underneath. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, this whole pack is still really racing it out right now. It's hard to leave this pack. It is Nunez, Orman, and Teixeira. This is 4th, 5th, and 6th in this pack. Teixeira to the inside, using the draft of Nunez to pull himself a little bit forward. And boy, does he. Teixeira now is on the attenuator of Nunez. And they're all together. Look at this. Oh, darting to the inside. Jesper's just holding his line. He had the revs. He could have pulled out and passed if he wanted to. Or riding with Jesper just above his head. Here's some driver inputs for you, let you know the speeds they're hitting. While you're watching that.
Ben is
go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So, no, Ben's calling for pit now. So maybe some of them is going to follow him with 59 to go. Kind of slow to coming in, but still short to finish the race.
Yeah. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Velocity Online Racing's coverage of Championship Saturday, round 10 of 10 of the VOR IndyCar Championship, coming to you from Auto Club Speedway for the California 500, where Julian Altena is our leader with 57 to go. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you'll miss out on the next race or the next video that Julian posts here on the channel. If you like what you see and want to be part of Season 14 of the VOR IndyCar Championship, join the Discord server. Link is in the description. There is an entry fee to be part of the season. So make sure you sign up to the Discord to learn more. And you'll find out when Season 14 material is posted in the future. Caution on the racetrack. We didn't expect that. What's going on? Is it Bennyworth?
Yeah, I think so. Entry for the exit on the pit. Yeah, same like Hugo Galaz. Oh,
almost kind of in the right area. Oh, and that's going to bring out a caution for sure because he went up right into the racing line. If he spun to the inside, that'd be one thing. So everyone, I think, is going to come to pit road right now, but I still think they're going to be short. It's time for a scheduled stop anyways, but I think I don't see anyone able to go 50 laps on a stint. I see some people be able to do it close to get to 44 or so.
No, I think so. No, nobody can.
No,
no, definitely no, because it's too many laps. So I think everyone have to come in because they're really close to the end. Wagner, he can stay out. What else? He can stay out.
I think Murphy could stay out if he wants.
Oh,
because I think he was going to do a kind of. We think his strategy is to do the last half of or last two stints, do it in half. But we'll see.
One lap down.
Yeah, he's going to have to stay out. Yeah, you're right. So he's going to stay out, and he'll get the wave around. And this might bring no, will not bring Wagner back to the end of the lead lap, but it will bring It will bring Murphy and Mitchum back.
Bring these two guys back also too. So Wagner and Murphy have almost same lap. So it's gonna be almost the same.
Oh man, look at that coming off of pit road. Everybody, oh, so close. When are some of the lap down cars were on pit road? I thought it was lead lap first and then lap down cars come to pit road, but there were some lap down cars on pit road. Okay, so your leader is Julian in the blue car right here. Him. There you go. And Gary Lovern is second. John Christensen is third. So Altena Autosports, first, second, and third. Jesper Ormond's fourth. Tessera is in fifth. Nunez is in sixth. Silvazzi is in seventh. He's on the lead lap. Forsyth is in eighth now. Mitchum is in ninth. He's on the lead lap. He just came off of pit road. Murph, he will get the wave around momentarily, and he will be on the tail end of the lead lap. And so will Dan Inch. Dano is 29 laps into his stint, so he almost needs to come to pit road almost immediately. So he's hoping for another quick caution. Murph is going to stay out, and he's only 16 laps into his stint. And we know he has at least one more stop he needs to do. Everyone needs one more stop, so he'll just stop before everyone else, and he'll just try to race it out then. But he's going to be doing it on a shorter fill, we think. So the first car one lap down is Lucas Santos. There he is. And Santos is behind Nunez, Tessera, and Orman. So he's the seventh car in line behind the top six.
To be honest, it's not defined who's going to finish the race without coming in. So we still have a one pit stop for everyone.
Yeah, everyone still needs to stop. Yep.
Short for 10 laps, basically. So still the race open for everyone with this yellow flag, actually. And
they're trying like mad on this caution to save as much fuel as possible. These guys are going to be map 8 until the bitter last second to save on those drops.
I think so. It's not really matters. They need to save a lot. So, by the way, Wagner is still one lap down. So yeah. He loses 2 laps down. Now it's 1.
Green flag out of our second caution of the day.
Oh. Big check on the back. Wow. Now everyone is going one line.
It is Julian, it is Gary, it is John, your top 3. And here comes Jesper Orman, Tessera in 5th, Nunez in 6th. And if he can get there and make a go of it, maybe we do see Silvazzi get up there in that lead pack. Maybe we do see him get a win on an oval here in our last race. We'll continue to watch him. He's in 7th place. Craig in 8th there in the pink car. Hard to miss. Mitchum in 9th. Murphy in 10th. Inch in 11th. Those are everybody on the lead lap, but we expect Inch to come to pit road here probably in the next 10 laps or so, and that should be his final stop. So Inch stays out knowing he has one more to go, and he'll be done. Liam O'Sullivan, 2:22.2, purple lap. And the same thing with Murphy. Murphy is 20 laps into his stint. Once he comes to pit road, he will be done.
Oh, Sullivan fastest lap now. I know Murphy won the last race, or no?
Oh, Liam in the wall. Yes, Murphy won the last race.
Okay, it would be good to win this last race, but this have a better chance. Actually, oh, that's close. They have a better chance than others to come in to the end with short stop. So everyone have to make the like a long stop, but Murphy needs to just come into the pits, maybe splash and change the tires and go. But everyone.
Santos in the wall.
Yeah.
You could see that. You could start seeing that happen when he was kind of making corner exit. That's going to cost some momentum. That's going to put Pedro and Silvazzi around him. Back up front, Orman has caught the leaders. Sarah's right there, top 5 all together. Actually, top 6, Nunez in the battle. And right behind him is Liam O'Sullivan. We expect to see him in that group, but Liam is now 1 lap down. Had to change a front wing on our last restart. Our first restart after the first caution. Is anyone okay? Is Nunez and Teixeira, they're racing at the moment. Julian, I think, is, and the top 2 are doing what you expect the top 2 to do here at Fontana in Michigan. That's going to just swap the lead back and forth. Murphy, 2:22.5, purple lap that time by.
I think nobody need to save fuel because they know he needs to come in. So it's going to be a full just racing to the end.
We got a lot of purple laps in development. They are really moving on this final stint. These new tires, lighter tanks, cooler temperatures. Here's the final weather report for you. 86 on the track temp, 83 on the ambient. And this should be a pack race to the end, really. Liam O'Sullivan to the inside of Nunez. He wants to get to the front, get to his teammates, and maybe they'll make him a deal. If he gets there, they'll let him get on the tail end of the lead lap and then hope that there's a caution where he gets to wave around and rejoins the tail of the field on the lead lap.
Oh, okay. I feel Murphy want to win the race. And it's coming in there. It says in 7. Now we have Marcos, Luis. O'Sullivan is lap down, so basically is just for running over there. But it's gonna be a good battle for the victory. But we need to wait for the pit stop because we see people make the mistake on the exit. Dan called for the pits now.
Yeah,
so
so I was figuring Dan Inch would be coming time me up.
So soon we're gonna see people, especially Murphy. He have an open window to coming in.
Yeah, certainly with 4 to go. Inch, oh boy, he full sent it into those cones. He did a little bit of a slide through it, but he is on pit road under the limit. Final stop for Dan Inch, the ALZ.org Dallara. One of our sponsors here of the series. Make sure to hit them up and give them a donation if you haven't done so already. It is tax deductible. Inch in his stall. He will go a lap down, but he is done for the day on pit road after this stop. Last stop of the year for Dan Inch. Down and away. Back up front, it is Julian, Gary Lovern, Jesper Orman now to 3rd, John Christensen 4th. And also catching this group is Liam. And I don't really see these guys holding Liam back any. I can just see him letting him go and then maybe using Liam to draft from. Although Jesper's going to force the issue, and he splits the bottom. He's now up to second. And now he's going for the lead. Here comes Gary, too. Gary's going to duck down, get in behind Jesper, and follow on up and move Gary now to second. But Jesper coming to pit road. That was an in-lap. Wow. Oh. No black flag, but very close.
Interesting.
Okay, does Mark come now then? With everyone coming, does he come, or does he waste time? I think he's going to the inside of Tessera. I think Mark needs to come soon. I think a lot of people are coming now.
Yeah, especially with the tire that he have, and he need to come in now. So,
no, he doesn't. I'm surprised. Okay. Now we hear people coming off of pit road. Silvazzi making a duck to the inside. Murph staying high. Now he's coming down to the white line. Do we see Murph come to pit road? Yes, we thought he would. He's going to answer the early stops from everyone else. He's going to get down to the limit in time. A good pit entry for our last race winner at Homestead. Final race in Velocity Online Racing for Mark as he kind of steps away in a little bit of a retirement after this. He'll be doing some select races here and there, but this is looking for at his probably his final race in VOR. A defending series champion looking to get a 500-mile win here to close out the career.
Actually, Forsyth is on the back too in pits. Short stop, fuel, and no tires for Forsyth. Oh, that's close.
Jesper sets the fastest lap, 2:23 flat. So Forsyth, you said Forsyth, wow. You did Forsyth did.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see that again.
Tires, so that's why it got low.
Let's watch. As he just goes in for fuel only. Yep, fuel only for Forsyth, so he is gambling on. He's gambling on those tires getting him home. Maybe a late caution. We could throw in another set. But he's not going to be able to keep up with Murphy with those newer tires. 33 to go.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem because the exit was too slow for Forsyth. Really slow. They exit together and Murphy went a go. Went away for maybe almost 3 seconds. Murphy's over Forsyth.
Makes you wonder if that was purpose, or did Forsyth forget to flip the switch to say change tires?
No.
I would think that's purpose. Forsyth or Silvazzi coming to pit road. Oh yeah, we got Christensen coming to pit road. Okay, so you think it was a scheduled service stop? Okay.
I should be doing the same thing. Yeah, for sure.
Christensen and Silvazzi. Pit road, final stop of the season for both these guys. Christensen, not the season he necessarily wanted, but it's looking pretty good here towards the end. Silvazzi, winner of round 2 at Watkins Glen back in January, wants to get his first oval win here in May at Fontana. They're down on the way. Final stop's complete. Julian stays out. Lovern stays out. Nunez stays out. Mitchum now up to 4th, 2 seconds behind the leaders. Tessera on pit road. Final scheduled stop. Down and away. Going back to our leaders, the duo of Altena Autosports comes to pit road. It is Julian, it is Lovern. They're 24 laps each into their stint. Same thing for Luis Nunez, who's right behind him. Right now, maybe Liam's playing wingman to his leaders, teammates up ahead, trying to keep Nunez at bay. But coming also is Jesper Orman, 1 lap down, but he just stopped. He's 8 laps into the stint, and he has rejoined this group, and he will be the leader of this race when everyone comes to pit road.
Mason is coming now to the pits. Yeah, Mason Mitchum is coming now.
Mitchum, final stop from Mason Mitchum. Brings it down very conservatively. I mean, that's what you got to do. If anyone makes mistakes, he's going to be able to capitalize on it. I finished a Lionheart Speedway Series race here in 9th spot, and most of the positions I picked up in that race were people making mistakes on pit road. It's like I was like halfway through the race. Oh, look at this battle! As Jesper goes to back to the lead lap. Same thing with Liam. But I was like halfway through that race, and all of a sudden I'm in the top 10. I'm like, how'd I get here? What am I doing here? Wagner wants to get up there as well. He'll get back on the tail end of the lead lap. Trying to give a little extra room to Gary Lovern. 3 wide down the backstretch. It is Nunez up high, Lovern in the middle, Wagner down low. They get situated. But now Liam O'Sullivan back on the lead lap, but Liam is going to have to stop here soon too. He's 27 laps into his stint. Julian's going to stay behind, sacrifice that track position to put those guys on a lead lap, and he's going to stay right behind in the draft to try to make this stint go a little bit longer as Gary Lovern slides up and almost gets into the side, the left rear of Luis Nunez, but he keeps it off him, but he costs him a little momentum. I think he had the lift. Now Pedro Bleibel, he needs to, he sees the lead. He's 1 lap down. He wants to threaten to get back on the lead lap. Julian still as our leader. C-Car is coming off a pit road. I believe that's Wags coming off a pit road for his final stop. He's going to pick up Murph. Or Murph's going to pick him up. Either way, that might be a benefit to Murphy. Because people people in front of him still have to stop. Dallas, Bleibel, Orman's done. O'Sullivan, Lovern, Nunez, Altena, they all have to stop. So Julian is your leader. Nunez right behind him with Lovern rolling on the high side for the position. Then we go in front of him. There's Jesper Orman for 4th. He's on the tail end of the lead lap. And with him is Liam O'Sullivan on the tail end of the lead lap. But the thing is, Jesper stopped 14 laps ago. He should be done. Whereas Liam needs to come to pit road one more time. And there's Bennyworth in front of him. Bennyworth had a bit of a very quiet day. I wouldn't say it was a rough day. He just hasn't been a factor in this race. He's 2 laps down on 18th. He just stays high.
Yeah, Jesper is good to go to the end. And that's a surprise because he's in 4th now. What else is really stopping? No, nobody else.
Julian. Julian on pit road. So Julian for his final scheduled stop. This is going to be an extremely short fill. He just needs just enough fuel to go 21 or 20 laps. And then they will probably change tires, I would imagine. We'll see. We'll watch when he hits pit road. There he is over his pit crew. Going up on the jacks, putting on new tires. It's only going to take about 5 seconds. About the time they drop him, the fuel's done, and he's down and away. Back up front, Gary Lovern getting a lot of TV time today. He's led 48 laps today. Remember Lovern's Inc., Gary's brothers Tom watching, big sponsor of the league. Would appreciate them for doing that for this season. Gary coming down off pit road. I would say that's a very conservative run, but a very safe run to get to pit road.
Oh, Julian coming close to Murphy. So is in the group of Murphy over there.
Yeah, and he's in front of Murph.
Oh.
And also in that group is Silvazzi and Tessera. Christensen trying to gain. Lovern coming back up the speed. And he'll be right with this group if he can hustle it up. And he might be able to help out Christensen. Luis Nunez, our champion on pit road, coming down to his stall for the final. Actually, he's done. His stall was way at the end of the pit road. He had a Q ban. Could not qualify for a penalty. So he is back at full speed here. But Jesper Orman, now he is good to go, and he is all by himself. Liam O'Sullivan is going to come to pit road probably in the next 10 laps or so. You're right. It's going to be about 8 laps short. Hugo Gala is going to be in the same boat. Pedro, same boat. They're hoping for some cautions here. Then it's Julian, and they're leading this big group of... This is probably a battle for second spot right now. Let's go to intervals because you want to see the interval from Orman back to Julian. It's 6 seconds. Now there's time to run them down, but I don't know. They need to really hustle up, and they're not really working together right now.
I think no.
Oh,
contact! No!
Front stretch. Murphy to the inside. Nunez. That is it. Murphy wanted to the low side, but I don't think he knew.
Hey, Murphy have a meatball flag.
Yeah. Let's watch this again. 3 wide. I don't think Murphy knew that Lewis was there. Let's ride with Nunez here. Ooh, that was close. I think he was trying to thread the needle, and it just wasn't the door shut. I don't know. I mean, I'll leave it up to chat to make a decision on that. But the final race in Velocity Online Racing is done for Mark Murphy. Chance to win is out the window right now as he is crabbing down the backstretch. You can get crabs in SoCal many ways, preferably from the ocean. But you don't want to see crabs like that on the racetrack. That means it's terminal damage. So we're going to go back up front as we see Inch get the wave around and Bennyworth get the wave around. So Inch goes back on the lead lap. Murph is done, so he's going to hit pit road and probably be done for the day. Now we have the leader is Altena, Lovern, Tessera, Mitchum. And just like last night in the Iconic Series. Liam O'Sullivan is back in the running for this thing again because of a late caution. I tell you what, if he gets to win the night, he needs to go out and buy a lottery ticket because luck is with him this weekend. 14 to go. Are we close enough to the end that the lap cars get cycled back?
Yeah, we're close, but we are. This is next. Now it's gonna be a green, so they short the caution for 1 lap. So yeah, the moment after 10 laps, nobody can make a circle. So.
Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of lap traffic in here, but we're coming to green this time by. Altena is your leader. Gary Lovern is second. Tessera third. Mitchum fourth. Liam O'Sullivan fifth. We see Strauss staying out of the way. Bree staying out of the way. Santos is in line. Right behind Santos is Liam, and he ducks out of the way, and now Liam is going to get a bit of a run on the outside to join that lead group. Same thing with Jesper. He didn't expect that.
Jesper, wow. Oh, that was close.
So the top 13 on the lead lap that you see on the tree.
So only Liam have new tires. The other one with old tires.
Yeah, Liam brand spanking new tires. Well, Jesper has new tires too. So Julian has 7 laps on his tires. 9 laps, excuse me. Lovern has 7. Tessera has 18. Mitchum has 15. O'Sullivan has 2. Orman has 2. Everyone from O'Sullivan on back has only 2 lap old tires, so they're going to want to move quickly. Kind of the guy that's sitting in the wrong spot is Tessera. He has 19 lap old tires. Orman, there it is, new tires, 223.6. Wagner, 223.6 as well, but he is 1 lap down.
Ooh. Nice pass of Jasper, really passed almost 2 cars to pass in 1 corner.
Yeah, Jesper getting a big run. And he's bringing, and the thing is, he's bringing O'Sullivan with him.
And it's fastest lap for him.
And 224.3. Is he going to go to the high side of Tessera with those older tires? He's going to get a big run down the backstretch. He's going to be in the draft of Julian. If Julian was wise, he'd pop out and maybe help Tessera a little bit. But he's going to go to the lead. I don't think he was looking behind. I think Julian was looking forward, so he probably didn't see that. Here comes Jesper on Gary Lovern to the inside. Lovern doesn't give much room. He's going to stay in Julian's draft. Julian wasn't looking. He goes to the middle and bring Jesper Orman to the lead. 9 to go. Oh, O'Sullivan might have hit the wall off of 2. Going to the inside now to protect. The snake is starting. Orman to the inside. Julian on the outside. Lovern to the high side. And I don't think, at this point, I don't think Orman's coming off the bottom. He's going to stay there for the rest of the race. Here is your weather conditions. Track temp 86, the ambient temperature 83. And with Orman with those new tires, I don't think he has to come off the bottom.
He don't have to. So, but the first 9 don't make you to win the race. We see we saw in Michigan many times in the fixed series. The second line make you win the race, but now because Jasper have a good tires, he have a good chance to win the race. If he have the old tire, for sure not, because the second line is more faster.
And don't forget to look out, Pedro Bleibel. He is in the battle now, as he made a run on the bottom and caused a bunch of people. We got contact on the backstretch, and Bleibel into the side of Gallus. He takes out Nunez. Oh, we're gonna have a sprint to the end here. And you saw this coming down the backstretch, and I'm not sure what was going on.
Oh. You mentioned Pedro? Yeah, Pedro. Kind of scary because they have a car on the left, car on the right.
Oh, and Nunez was in the wreck. And Hugo continues to tumble.
Oh.
Let's ride from Nunez's point of view. He's sitting inside, so he's up, not up against the wall. I think it's just people going for the same piece of real estate. Oh. Okay. It's a sprint to the end. They're getting chippy here in the last, cautions breed cautions, and that's kind of what we've seen here in the last part of this race. Mason Mitchum coming to pit road. He's going to get new tires. So he's going to full send it here in this last sprint. See how far he can get. I think Inch going to come to pit road. If he has any extra tires, he's going to throw them on. I think he does. He's going to try to send it. I think Hugo is done. That's terminal damage. Nunez, he's up and down on the jacks. There might be some repairs going on Nunez. No! He's going to be rolling out. He looks like he's tracking straight, but there's got to be damage on that car. Matt Wagner is back on the lead lap.
Come back in the right time. So I hope we have a chance at least to come into the battle on the front. Is now in 12th. Well,
so yeah, let's reset the field here real quick. And thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. This is VOR's coverage of Championship Saturday here at Auto Club Speedway for the VOR California 500, where we have 5 to go. We're going to go green with 4 to go. Your leader is Julian Altena, Jesper Orman second, Gary Lovern third, Liam O'Sullivan fourth, Patrick Salvazzi fifth, Tessera sixth, Christensen seventh, Forsyth eighth, Mason Mitchum ninth, Danage 10th, Luis Nunez and Matt Wagner 11th and 12th, and that is everybody on the lead lap. Here we go, 4 to go, 8 miles as Julian begins the snake down the front stretch. Julian racing with a new wheel combination that he's bought with his brand spanking new job money. Liam O'Sullivan getting a run on the inside of Lovern down the backstretch. Lovern now back to 4th. Fresh tire situation up front. It is Orman with 10-lap-old tires, O'Sullivan with 10-lap-old tires, and Salvazzi with 10-lap-old tires. Anything with new tires, it's 9th spot on back, starting with Mason Mitchum.
Let's see, what is the decision? Yeah, he's staying.
Orman to the inside. Julian was not going to give him a lot of room. Liam to the outside with a big run.
And just by giving all the dirty air on Julian over there.
And then he gave some to Liam as he goes to the bottom of the racetrack to the IRL line to defend down low. Liam's going to stay in the middle. He's not going to give a lot of room to Orman. Orman doesn't need a lot of room. Coming to 2 to go.
So just pass the line first. So if you do it that 3 times, 2 times more, you should be winning the race easily.
Jesper on the bottom. He's going to get a run down the backstretch. Big run for Julian off the high side. We're going to go 3 wide into 3. Liam's trying to crowd Jesper. It's not going to bother Jesper. They're going to go side by side into 3 and 4. Lovern decides to tuck down and get behind Orman, which is not a bad thing. Oh, and their contact behind. Are we going to go caution before they get to the line? No.
Oh,
we are white flag in the air. White flag in the air. That was Christensen and Forsyth, I believe. O'Sullivan crowds Orman on the high side. Orman moves up a little bit on the bottom. We're going to 3 wide down the backstretch. Where'd Julian go? There's Julian up high. Okay. He was behind the overlay. Sorry. Into 3 and 4. Down low, Orman. He could go to the apron now to protect. He's not gonna. And he is going to win the race on the racetrack. Your winner, Jesper Orman. In a week that we're going to have 500-mile races out of our ears, he gets a 500-mile warm-up race here and wins in the last race of the campaign that he wanted to defend his championship. He has 2 wins this season. He won at Milwaukee earlier in the season, and he caps off the season 13 campaign with a 500-mile win here at California.
Kind of net goal between John Christensen and Forsyth on the end. Yeah. Oh, and also Lucas Santos have a contact also too because of the incident.
Jesper Orman with the win by 0.029. The interval there over Liam O'Sullivan, who comes home second. Julian Altena in third. Gary Lovern fourth. Salvazzi fifth. Tessera sixth. Mitchum seventh. Wagner gets back on the lead lap, comes home eighth. Dan Inch ninth. Luis Nunez, our champion, comes home 10th. We will talk to him momentarily. Greg Forsyth 11th, Christensen 12th, Santos. We got 2 people listed in 14th, but we'll say Santos is, we'll consider these unofficial results. I'll call Santos 13th, Bree 14th, Strauss 15th, Gallus 16th, Pedro 17th, Bittyworth 18th, Murphy in 19th, Kinder in 20th, Barton 21st, and Shane in 22nd. All right. Let's get in and take a look at some replays here. Get some people queued up. We'll be talking to Julian first. All right. And I want to make sure to refresh the points page, see if we got all those updated. Not yet. We'll wait on those. All right. We'll get into the interview room here. And we'll bring up Julian here first, excuse me, because he's finished on the last. Luis Nunez will be brought up last, but we'll bring up Julian here first because he finished third. Here he is, Julian Altena, finished third today in the 500-miler at Fontana. Once again, much like yesterday, a late caution kind of ruined things for you when it was looking good, when you had kind of a bit of a I'd say a good margin on everybody racing up front there. But talk about the race. Midway through the race, it wasn't looking good for you at all.
Oh, I don't even know where to start. Seriously. Yeah, the first part of the race, as you know, I have the new wheel, and I purposely put myself in the back because I kind of need to relearn all the scenarios of following in traffic, racing to the front, falling back, saving fuel, saving tires, all that stuff. The feel is completely different. I was using a Trustmaster T300 before. Then when that broke, I used my T150 that I had at my girlfriend's house, which, as most of you know, I'm just gonna put the word out there, it's shit. So switching to a Moza R5 is night and day difference. It's got so much more feedback, and it's just my wrists are really sore. Um, so I'm gonna take a nice the rest of my weekend to recover my wrists from that. But yeah, just putting myself in that situation, and that's why I was so far in the back. But overall, the speed wasn't that bad, but it was just working together with people who didn't really know how to work together in that situation, which really set me back. But I just knew that there was going to be at least one caution, even though it might not have looked like it in the beginning. I knew there was going to be one because at the end of the race, these things always turn crazy. So I was just racing to that and then just go from there, which really was the second half of the race for me and everybody else, which is where I made the most progress. Um, Led a bunch of laps with Gary. We were really trying to get him a win because all of the work he's done for us this year, and both personally with the team and sponsoring and all that stuff. We just really wanted to get him a nice result to sign off on this campaign. Didn't quite work out that way because Jesper really was just too good for us. We tried to do everything we could with swap drafting and everything, and we just didn't do enough of a job, or Jesper was just too good. So he just drove a hell of a race, and he won basically against all odds, I would say, from our side at least. Of course, Jesper is plenty good enough to pull it off, but yeah, we definitely tried to make it difficult for him, and he still came out. So great job by him. Liam did a good job to recover to second too, I have to say. So everybody on the team just did an awesome job today. So yeah, that's basically how the race went.
Uh, well, I mean, before we let you go, yeah, this is your league. You are admin of the league. Final thoughts on how the season went, and the state of the league type address. Any final words about the season and this campaign?
Yeah, it's been absolutely crazy, to be honest. It's been I would say the most competitive season since season 4, even better than last time around. So just want to thank everybody who signed up and raced today and during the season. I got one win. Sadly, I didn't get any more at Texas, but as I've said all season long, and I'll keep saying it, racing the IAR guys and even Jesper, the ex IAR guy, technically IAR 1.5 guys. It's always a pleasure. The race hard is super fair. So yeah, I just have to thank those guys as well for always keeping it clean. Everybody on the team, as I mentioned, doing a great job today, especially, but throughout the year or season. Gary, you're the man. Seriously, thanks for everything you've done for us so far. We'll work together again in the future, I have no doubt. But for now, this will be it, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, everything you've done for us is just phenomenal. With Clendy as well, and Louise now for you today as well. Jesper yesterday in the DW12 broadcast. I think we had Ryan Walker and Watkins Glen. Um, Andrew Wood as well for Indianapolis. I might have forgotten somebody. If I did, I really do apologize. But thanks to everybody who commentated the races and made it fun to watch. Um, Alex Bonney from IFS Personal Financial Planning, Gary Lover, my teammate from Lovers Incorporated. Check them all out. Um, my girlfriend downstairs, as always. She's been a great help and support as well. We'll have dinner finally at midnight. It's been a hectic day getting the new rim on the wheel. For those that might not know, Moza has plenty of rims and wheels that you can buy and screw on the wheelbase. And I got my Formula rim that I really wanted to get. I got it in the mail today, 4 hours before the race. So luckily everything is still new, so it wasn't too much of a change for me. Just a few different control rebinds, but everything worked out. So yeah, I think I got everybody. my mom as well for tolerating my behavior sometimes when things don't go my way in races. Let's just keep it that way. I'm very competitive in that way. You know, there were moments earlier in the year where I had my incidents and bad luck, and it really was taking a toll on my mental health even. And yeah, just the outburst sometimes. You need to get it out of your system,
Hmm.
and she witnessed it all. I'm sure it wasn't nice to witness, but yeah, luckily everything turned back around to good
Julian,
fortune. And
it's just a game.
I know it's just a game, but when you put effort into it and you want to beat those
I
guys,
was
I
ready.
guess
I was ready to hear you say it's not just a game.
it is just a game, but it's also not just a game. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
it's one of my only real hobbies. I don't really like anything else but cars that go vroom vroom. So yeah, just everybody, thank you guys, and looking forward to the next time we do this, probably in August. So 3 months away, but I'll be waiting for it.
Well, not a bad finish to the weekend. Maybe that helps the mental health a little bit. You had a podium
It sure
yesterday, came up short in the championship. A strong finish here today, secured your second place in the championship. So 2 podiums and 2 races. I think a lot of people would definitely switch seats with you. I would have if I was racing. I didn't get 2 podiums in 2 days. I would switch seats with you. So I think that you come out of this season feeling pretty good. And get refreshed and get ready for season 14 whenever you start that up. But congrats on the 3rd place today. Congrats on the success of the season. 6 winners and 10 different races. So not too bad. In the last 4 races, you had different winners each one of the last 4 races. So going down the stretch, someone a little bit different. So a lot of parity. That's good. And we will catch you when season 14 starts.
Absolutely, and I forgot to thank one person. Dan Ench has also been a great help, so I just want to thank him as well for putting in, partially the funding for the Indy 500, but also just being a great friend of mine and supporter of the series. Definitely check out the Alzheimer's Association as well. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Love you, Gary. Thank you, Luis, and see you next time.
See you, Julian. All right, and let's bring up Liam O'Sullivan. And here he is. Second verse, almost the same as the first for you. Liam, congratulations on the P2, but once again, saved by a late caution that almost netted you the win 2 days in a row, but not so much, just a little bit shorter this time around. Beat out by Julian, but at points during this 500-mile race, it looked pretty bleak. But once again, it's a marathon, not the race, and you kind of survived the marathon.
Yeah, so I went and bought another lottery ticket again, obviously, and it got me back in it. But especially, I mean, it was amazing how we ran the first more than half that race green. I felt like I had one of the strongest cars there. Probably everyone covered, maybe apart from Jesper, who was really good on fuel. I just thought I was kind of on the mindset of, well, Matt and Mark were making it impossible to try and make it on that one less stop, so I tried to then join them, but still had that little offset advantage. So I was kind of happy where it was until that restart came, and I mean, I have some thoughts on what happened on the restart of I mean, it was a interesting brake check from the whole field, which I don't really know why on the final race we're still doing the same dumb stuff on restarts of go, oh no, we're not going, let's then just wipe out half the field. I don't really get it. I thought people would have learned. But anyway, again, amazing bounce back. Managed to get back into it, avoid any significant damage on my car, just change the wing, and when that caution came out, I was pitting that lap. I had 1 litre of fuel. It was stuttering coming down the pit lane when that caution came out. If that caution came out any time later, I would be there a lap down and not in that position. So again, the Lady Luck came out to help me again.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely buy that lottery ticket. Well, shout outs, friends, families, sponsors. It was overall, I mean, not a bad season for you, really. You didn't have a win this season, but I mean, you were a player every single race. You got a pole at Indianapolis. I mean, I know you wanted more out of this season, so I'm sure you're feeling the momentum for 14, but at least coming out of iconic as a champion and going into season 14, you got to feel a little bit of momentum, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that especially I've got a lot of confidence. Think back to Watkins Glen, where I had that race won, then put it in the wall, finished third, threw away 20 odd points there. Montreal, where I had a wheel issue, went and threw away a second place again. So there's the points to be up there and be fighting Luis Nunez into this race. I don't know what the gap was from me to him, but that's all it was. And again, it comes down to consistency and limiting it, which I did to a certain extent in the DW12. Still left it a bit ragged, but not despite not getting the wins, especially Indy helped me out last season. Being there most of the time, again, was a big step forward, and especially from the team. Like Gary, you saw how well he ran today. The whole team, Hugo was there until on the back straight there was a questionable accident, I suppose. And John as well. I mean, he's had a great season compared to last in both series. So overall, across the board, it's been amazing. Shout out to Mum, Dad, Grandad watching. I know Grandad's watching. It's been a long slog, especially this race, but it was worth it in the end. And yeah, looking forward to season 14 again. Thank you to the team, teammates, Alzheimer's Association, IFS Personal Financial Planning, and LOVERN'S Incorporated. And yeah, again, thank you for especially you, Gary, for covering the series for so long. I'm sure we'll see you again in the future at some point. In some capacity, you've done a great job, and yeah, looking forward to the new season.
Well, a good way to end the season, short of getting the win, is finishing second and on a high note. And I think you finished this weekend with a pretty decent high note. A win and championship yesterday in the Iconic Series, a P2 in the 500 miler, one of the crown jewels this season on Saturday. So congrats, and we'll see you when we start season 14 here in a couple weeks or so.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, that is Liam, and what we'll do here is we will bring up Jesper just a second. And there he is. Jesper Orman. And we'll bring him on up in here. Here is Jesper Orman, and in the booth with me yesterday, and in the booth again with me one more time this weekend. Congratulations, big 500-mile win on a week that's going to kind of lead in a ton of 500-mile races for you, I bet. I'm sure you want to win a couple of these at the end of the week, but starting the kind of the week, so to speak, here on Saturday with a big win at Fontana in the California 500 for VOR. You didn't defend your title, man, but you got 2 wins, and you went out with a big bang here in the final race of the season in the 500 miler. And you really kind of, I know nobody really wanted that final caution, but you might have. And you kind of capitalized on it, held everybody off, and got the win there at the line. Not even using the apron even, which is even more impressive. Congrats, man. Talk about your race.
Thanks. Yeah. First off, congrats to Luis. He's a great driver, deserving champion. This season was not my season. I was going to miss a few races, but I still thought that I could make enough to not get any drops, but just didn't go my way this season, so he's a worthy winner. And for this race, I mean, yeah, that was a really long one. I tried to mix it up a bit. I tried to save a bit of fuel first. I was probably in a winning position, and then the first yellow came out, and then it was kind of another fuel strategy race where I was also in a winning position, I think. And then with, I think it was 45 to go, or 47 to go, we had another caution. So then I wanted to make something interesting. So I was thinking, should I stay out and just take fuel at the end, a little bit of a, 5-lap extra fuel or something. But then I thought, what if I pit with 37 to go and just run through the field? Because if no one else does that and it goes green, I'm gonna be in a 6-7 second lead, and that actually happened. So
yeah,
that was the third. It was the third time I think I had a race won if it had gone green. Then it got a bit complicated.
yeah,
yeah. But I mean, it's just Auto Club stuff, You just gotta find your way to P1 and hold the inside. That's all that matters. I knew that Julian, he didn't have fresh tires, so I knew that if I just got by him and could hold off Liam, I'll be good. So, but yeah, it was fun. It was a good season, despite everything. I enjoyed it.
Well, that is, if I do my math here, you are still the all-time career wins leader here in the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Championship, and now you extend your lead over Alex by 2. You got your 19th career win.
Yes.
So any shout-outs and 2 championships to boot, so you still need 1 more championship to tie Alex all-time for those, but we suspect you'll be back. But any shout-outs you want to make, friends, family, sponsors, teammates, that type of thing, go right ahead.
I'll make a shout-out then to Van de Sant himself. I texted him when I beat his record. I texted him, and he texted me back, "As one legend fades, another legend enters."
Come on,
So,
the guy's like, what? He's like under 25. I mean, he's not that old. It's not like he's fading anywhere. Come on now. Get up to my age, you could say stuff like that.
yeah, no, but yeah, as we all know, we all peak at 46 at Indy, so I still got a couple of left.
Well, congratulations on the win, and I know that this is kind of the kickoff to the official start of the week is actually tomorrow. It might actually be tomorrow for you where you are, so you might actually be into next week right now. So next week with all the Indy races, at least with the fixed races, we know you have open circled on your calendar, which is the week following, but we know you'll be participating in some of the fixed races, so best of luck next week, and we know you'll be shooting for them. But congratulations on your finish here on the 500. You won at Milwaukee. You won here. The final points are out. You did manage to finish in the 5th in the points. 115 behind the leader. Just missed 4th spot. You were only 6 points behind Patrick, who finished 4th, but it was Lewis, Julian, Liam, Patrick, then you, and then you were just ahead of Mark a little bit. That little bobble by Mark there at the end where he couldn't bring it home, I think cost him. I think he finished just 11 points behind you, so it was a pretty tight battle there for 4th. And it worked your way out to be 5th. So congrats. We know you'll be back. We'll see you in season 14. But best of luck this week with the Indy 500s coming up.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get the results off the screen here. And let's bring up Luis Nunez here. He is our champion for this season. We'll bring him up right now. Lewis, good thing the championship didn't come down to the final race of the season. But first of all, Luis Nunez beat Luis Nunez. We have both the Luis Nunez's in the booth right now. But Lewis, talk about the race. I mean, at one point you were in the middle of the pack. You had to work your way up to the front. Then you kind of worked your way to the middle again, worked your way back up to the front. This was one of those races that it really didn't really matter where you finished, since you kind of clinched the championship from the week before or the race before. But I know at some point when you started seeing those leaders and you were starting racing for the lead, you're like, you know what? I want to win this thing, and I want to go out not only as a champion, but go out as a winner in the final race of the season as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, I will not lie. It was a very disappointing race, but yeah, it was a lot of things out of my hand. Like I had to drive one hand because my shifter got stuck again this last week. And yeah, it's not easy to drive one hand, and even for pitting it, that was really tough with one hand. And then also I got Greg with Mark, and then in the huge Greg at the end, because yeah, with one hand it was really tough for me to avoid it. And yeah, I mean, not bad. The season was pretty good, but I will not lie, I'm a bit pissed because these last 2 races.
You were kind of involved in the incident that was, I think Hugo was in. I think Silvazzi might have been. Hugo and Silvazzi kind of banged off each other, I think. If it wasn't Silvazzi, I'm sorry, whoever it was. But you kind of drove into the zone as it was occurring. And then you came to pit road and got everything repaired. Were you down on speed? I mean, how could your car not be damaged with, kind of that incident? But, I mean, you're still able to race. Was that just the benefit of the draft?
No, it was really damaged. I had like 4 minutes of repairment. It
Ooh,
was
okay.
surprising that after all the breaks I had in this race and all the contacts, I was able to finish the race. But yeah, the car was damaged. Even at the end, I couldn't even get on the pack. So yeah, it was really bad.
Well,
And
besides the race, I mean, overall successful season, and really, you did what you needed to do to get this championship right in the middle of the season, where some people then start struggling and start having a hard time. That's when you kind of hit your peak. You won at Iowa. You took the road course race at Montreal. Frankly, it's tough to say whether or not you would have won Watkins Glen. I think there was probably a good 75% chance or better that you're going to win Watkins Glen, but you had the DC there. But you won at Indianapolis, so you won 3 races right in the heart of the season, and you were in the running at just about everything else leading into that. Everyone else kind of had their hardships. You hit the stride right in the middle of the season, and really in the last 4 races of the season, you won 1 more at the road course in Portland, but you did just enough to stay ahead of your chief competition at Nashville, Homestead, and maybe to a lesser extent here to really, the final race of the season wasn't as important for you because you did so well in the middle portion of the season. Is that something that's kind of your MO, or you got to be hitting your consistency at all times, whereas some people maybe faltered off in the middle of the season, and that's where you kind of caught them all?
Well, I'd say I would not say my last races were worse. It's just I was super lucky with I had the qualifying ban and Homestead. So, well, I think by pace I could have won the race perfectly, because even by the end of the stint, I was just cutting a lot of time on the leaders. But again, it happened the same with wire, so I had to drive with one hand. So let's say, penultimate and last races, I had to drive half of them in one hand. So probably that's why they weren't that good. But yeah, probably also Watkins, I think I will have won the race. No doubt on that.
Yeah.
And reviewing that also in Atlanta, I think I got damaged by a lapped car, so that's why I wasn't in the win at all. I ended up 3rd, which wasn't bad. But good season overall, and hopefully next one is. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but if I can, I hope it's probably better. I hope it's better.
Well, you are the champion. Congratulations. You not only won the championship, but you kind of did it in dominating fashion. You still, looking at the points that are posted now, you won by 59, which is still more than a race margin. So that's pretty dominating. Anytime you can clinch before the end of the season, that I consider is pretty dominant effort. So congrats. But before we let you go, any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anybody you want to say hi to, anything you want to say? You earned the opportunity to do that, so we're going to go ahead and let you take all the time you need to thank all the people you need for winning this championship here in season 13.
So I want to thank all the guys in Fairseley, and also guys in Majors. We've been doing races together. And also thanks to Liam and Jesper and Julian for organizing the championship. I really enjoyed it, and also thank you to you. I mean, I know you're not next season, but I wish you the best, and you are probably one of the best commentators I've seen in sim racing for sure.
Thanks. I try. I can only do as well as my co-commentator is with me. I'm waiting for Lewis to say something. He's not saying anything. Do you have a question for your not evil twin, Luis Nunez? Do you have a question for him?
No, I just I want to make a question about just maybe a mistake. I might make a mistake about this. You're the same guy you was in the DPC or la DPC?
Yeah, I was that one. Yeah.
So you're the same guy living in Colombia, and you are from Spain, or no?
No, I'm from Spain.
But you never lived in Colombia.
No, I've never lived in Colombia.
My God, I think I confused you with the other guy.
There's another.
There's
Yeah,
another.
it's a other guy, Luis Nunez, living in Colombia. He was in the drivers parade and that time when I was with Neki Team. You know Neki Team, no?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I was in Neki Team. This guy was around. He racing in the drivers parade with the Cup Series, Track Series, and Xfinity in that time. And yeah, I thought it was you. So, anyways.
No, that was me. That was me. I drove.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
I really thought you are living in Colombia because I saw you streaming in Twitch.
Yeah,
with,
but no, I'm not. I'm not from Colombia. I'm from Spain, and yeah, that was me. I drove against Pablo and all these guys from Neki, right?
Can you imagine if there are three
basically you
Luis
are.
Nunez's out there? My gosh.
No. It's no. Actually, I am the one.
It's
Yeah.
like I can't imagine three Gary Godsoes be out there. I think there's another person named Gary Godsoe in this world, and I feel bad for that person. But if there are three Luis Nunez's out there, man, we need to get you all together. But congratulations, Luis. We're glad to have you here. And we didn't have Clindy today, so we brought Luis Nunez from our broadcast team over on P1 to join the race, and he got to see you win the championship. So Luis Nunez, congratulates Luis Nunez. And Luis Nunez, we will see you at season 14, hopefully. But if not, we know you'll be racing in some Indy 500s coming up in the next couple of weeks. Best of luck there. And we hope we see you in Victory Lane in some of those races as well.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
See you, Luis. Congrats. We'll catch you next time. All right. Well, mystery solved. I guess there's only two Luis Nunez.
No, I think so. Didn't catch my question. Didn't catch my question about he was in Colombia, but he's from Spain.
Okay.
But I don't know. It should be no fair to speak Spanish asking him that. But
I thought you were just going to resort to
it's
speaking
him.
Spanish. I would have been okay with it. But
No. It's gonna be like I you hear some different things, so it's gonna be.
oh, that's fine. I wouldn't have understood it anyways. Maybe someone else is listening. We only have five. We only have 5 people still listening right now. No one else is here right now. Hey man, thanks for joining me. And I know you had to rush home, and you were working, so you had to rush home and then get in front of your computer and then co-commentate most of your first 500-mile race of the week. You and I are going to be together this Thursday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time over Elite Racing Network for their Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series Indy 500 on Thursday, and it's Adriano Pinero on the pole, Tyler Fode in the middle of the front row, and Craig Forsyth, who finished 11th here tonight. He's on the outside of row 1. And then also me and you will be working together Monday night for the ISRA when the ISRA goes to where are we going here? ISRA goes to Legacy, Kentucky. So we got lots of miles of racing to call this week, and we started off already with 500 miles, and we still have another 500, 700 or so miles to go before we can call it a week together. So I appreciate your time. Any final thoughts here on this race? Seeing the VOR guys, I know it's the first time in a while that you've kind of watched a VOR race. What do you think?
Oh well, it's really have a big names. Before it was like friends around us with Neki Team in there. Now they have a Jasper. They have around. They have a Nite Growth before, I remember. So it's a pretty race. 500 miles today without yellows. Always the yellows coming on the end of the race.
Always, yes.
When somebody's defined or try to catch the victory, and at least the race control understand we need to race and not wait for the pace car, because if you make it wait for the pace car, we even have maybe 1 or 2 laps to the end. So at least they short the laps and make the race or the final race more interesting than the that the others waited for just laps and laps, and it's like 5 more laps for that, and then the race over. So good race with Jasper wins, Julian and O'Sullivan in there, and Luis with the championship. For sure, if you want to win the championship like this with road course and oval, you have to be good in all of that performance, and that's what he did this season. So pretty good for him. So, like you said, we have the 500 next Thursday. It's gonna be interesting, and it's gonna be exciting because it's gonna be a long race again.
Yeah, we're in for a long week.
I hope it's gonna be like last season. We have only one yellow, and it was for 2 hours and something else.
Yeah.
No, for more than 3 hours. So.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got a 500 mile today. We got a 500 mile on Thursday, and then the fixed 500. One of those we're going to cover over on P1 this weekend. So we still have, I still have probably 1,200 miles to go still this week with racing. Much more than that. So, anyways, go ahead. Anything else?
No, just no, that's it. So thank you so much. It was really rushed, but at least I came to the end for the race.
Good to have you here. So that's it for today. Once again, your podium for the VOR California 500 from Auto Club Speedway in Fontana. Jesper Orman, your winner. Liam O'Sullivan is second, and Julian Altena is third. And once again, congratulations to our Season 13 champion, the man you see on your screen right there, Luis Nunez. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not an easy one, so please help support us with the grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought of today's race. And if you enjoyed today's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of when Julian posts more other iRacing programming here on the channel. He does it all the time. Ring the bell, and you'll be notified. Today's California 500 is brought to you by LOVERN'S Incorporated. LOVERN'S provides professional services and renovation, remodeling, painting, and mold removal for government, commercial, and residential projects. For a quote or to learn more, like them on Facebook, visit them on their website at loversinc.com today. Link is in the description. And a special shout out, of course, to Tom. Thank you for your support. And Gary finishes fourth today. Nice top 5 finish at a 500 miler. What a way to go out. That's a good one. Congrats to him. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on X and Instagram. Links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about Velocity Online Racing and what they do, visit on velocityonlineracing.com. Like them on Facebook or follow them on X. The links are in the description. So, for Kyle Klendworth, Clendy, we got Andrew Wood, the Catalyst. We got Brian Campbell, who worked with us as well. We got Ryan Skywalker, who's worked with us as well. We got Luis Gonzalez Nunez, who's worked with us. Ryan Eric King has worked with us in the past. Mark Murphy has worked with us, I think, on some of the VOR races. Anybody else, I forget. I'm deeply sorry. Jesper, who worked with us yesterday. Again, it was a pleasure to broadcast these on behalf of VOR. And we will see them for sure in the future. But thank you. And I am Gary Godsoe, signing all. Happy Saturday. Thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Once again, congratulations to our Season 13 champion, Luis Nunez. So until we meet again, have a happy Saturday, everyone, and we will see ya. Good night.